everyone. You're listening to Desert Docs, a junior doctor's guide to Central Australia. This is a series all about the unique medicine and working life that comes with operating in Alice Springs and the greater Barkly region. I would like to acknowledge the lands on which this podcast is recorded. Desert Docs acknowledges the Arrente people of Mantua. We recognise their custodianship and their continuing relationship with country, and that we work on their stolen lands. My name is Dr. Indi and today's episode explores what it's like to be a renal transplant recipient. I'll be talking to Geoffrey Shaw, a Western Arrente and Kaytetye man. Hello, Geoffrey.
Hi, how you going, Indi?
Thanks for coming on the show.
Yep.
Geoffrey, you've been through a journey with chronic kidney disease. You've been through haemodialysis and now you've had a renal transplant. Can you tell us a bit about what that's been like for you?
It's been long because first I started on peritoneal and then hemo and then new kidney. So yeah, it's been long, tough. I was living in Mount Isa first because my dad lived there. You know, when the kidney started failing, I decided that I might move back because family are all here. So, and having family was a big thing. So I had a lot of support. So that got me through. I'm glad I didn't do it myself. Yeah. Been a very long journey, 6 years of it, both peritoneal to hemo. The peritoneal, they don't last that long. I was on that for, I think, maybe a year or two. Then they moved me over to hemo, which was another big struggle to get used to. Getting used to the needles 3 times a week, 4.5 hours, sitting in a chair. So I grew up in Alice Springs with my mum and 3 other brothers. I think I was around 35, 36 when I found out I had kidney disease. It was funny how I found out. I was in the traineeship at Congress, training to be a health worker. That's where they usually do all your blood tests and all that stuff, and I think they found something with the kidney or stuff. Then the kidney lady there said, "I'll book you in for a biopsy." Went for that. Came back seeing her next couple of days, and she was like, "Oh, it's no good." So yeah, that was a big shock. It was autoimmune. So the immune system was attacking the kidney. Something around that, yeah. And that was it. That's when I started seeing the doctors about that. And it was a big shock. Because it's funny. I mean, growing up, there were family members that were on that dialysis. I mean, my cousins or my brothers and that would all say, "Oh, man, I hate to be on that." Watching the family members go through that. But yeah, it was just knowing that I'm going to get it one day. Or, I'm going to be that person one day, which I was. Yeah. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, I guess that would be a really difficult position to be in, seeing family members who've already gone through that and then knowing what that journey looks like and how much of a time consideration it is in your daily life to do dialysis. Did you have a lot of time to prepare once you knew that there was a problem and they told you that you were heading towards the dialysis pathway? Did you feel like you had time for it to sink in?
Well, after they told me, it took a while. I don't know. I think I might have went through a little thing there. I didn't think it was going to happen so fast because they said it will happen. Like, I knew it was going to happen. So it took me a while to get used to that, that my kidney's going to eventually fail. It took a while. I don't know. I didn't know what I was looking forward to. I didn't know what the dialysis stuff and all that stuff was yet. That's why I chose peritoneal first, because they said that I'll probably have a bit more freedom where I can still work, maybe still have a bit of a normal life.
You said you were on peritoneal dialysis for a year or two.
I reckon a year or two.
Yeah. What was that like?
Peritoneal, I don't know, because they say people manage it differently. I found it to be hard the first few months getting it done. So I had that done in Mount Isa because I moved there after I knew that I had kidney disease, but I rang my dad who was living there. So someone to come over. So I went to work. So I think that's when the kidney started. I think it got worse. And I went there. That's where they decided. So the peritoneal, because you had to get the surgery. I had the tube hanging out of the stomach and stuff like that, which is a bit weird. Yeah. Getting the surgery and lying up in bed till it healed and you were able to use it again. Then they flew me to Townsville where they teach you how to use the machine and putting the bags on and connecting and all that stuff. I think the first couple of months was pretty hard for me. But like I said, everyone differs. I found it hard because I had a lot of fluid build up in the lungs and stuff. Like I was having nights where I couldn't sleep for weeks.
That would have been painful.
It was. It was like I was drowning. I couldn't lie down on the bed, so I was up all night. I couldn't breathe. Like it truly felt like I was drowning. After that, I think they got a little balanced out. When I came back to Alice, it kind of got a bit better, but it got worse again. The lining, where they said will eventually deteriorate or something like that. I was in and out of hospital a lot. The thing that I did like about it was being able to just jump on the machine, hook up at night time, go to bed, get up in the morning, take it off, go to work.
Yeah.
And just you had the full day or week, you didn't have to go dialysis and all that stuff. But some days I felt drained. Yeah, that's the only thing I think I liked about it.
Yeah.
I had that bit of freedom then with that peritoneal. I was hoping that I'd stay on it till I got a kidney one day, but yeah.
It sounds like you were being worked up for a transplant from the get-go, and then you were transitioned to haemodialysis. I had a bit of getting used to with needles.
Because I didn't have the fistula put in till I came back here. They were going to do it back in Queensland, but I told them I'm moving back home, and I didn't get the fistula put in till here, so I got that done. So I knew that was going to happen, maybe, but yeah, then they said, it's not clearing properly, so that's why I got off the peritoneal and on to hemo, and which was another challenge to get through. Some of the doctors that I see today, good doctors, that were there, because I was on the transplant list then, but I had a little bump in the road there, and then I missed a few days. I was missing days, not going, bit depressed, and I didn't like it, and I was out of it. It was like I walked out of the hospital, just didn't care.
Yeah.
In my gown, barefoot, hot day, I just walked out. My family had to all come together and take me back to the hospital, and had to try and get me dialyzed there. They had a struggle there. My sister stayed with me there all night while I got on dialyzed. Then after a few days, stayed in the hospital, got a bit better. Mind started a little bit clearer. Then I guess after that little episode kind of got me thinking then, because then they took me off the list. So they said, we're going to have to take you off the list for a bit just to get you back, get your health back, get you mentally again. That was a bit saddening. But yeah, that's when I realised, I think I better start looking after myself and doing it. So I don't know, just something in me just said, you gotta get better. So just suck it up, and I went back to hemo. After that, it was okay. I mean, I was still able to work, but only work 3 days a week. But you can feel how different it was. I think I felt better being on hemo. Yeah, because you get that cleaning you straight from the blood. So I felt the difference from being on peritoneal to going on to hemo. I felt way better. I did.
More energy.
More energy. Just
healthier.
Yeah, because when I was on peritoneal, I was having some problems. Like I was like fainting some days. I don't know what that was about, but hemo, I was able to go back to work.
So it sounds like you had an adjustment period of getting used to hemodialysis, maybe a time where your urea was up, because that can make you encephalopathic, which is just impairing your brain function. All of that sounds like a massive challenge to get used to. With hemodialysis, with the days that you do go to dialysis, what is that day like? Are you feeling good and healthy on that day, or does it just suck all the energy out of you?
I think because all the, when you're doing hemo, it also takes some of that stuff out of you at the same time. The only thing that was for me was just sitting down, because I'm someone who doesn't like to sit still. I can't sit still one place for hours. Not let alone sit down for 4.5 hours. Been bored. They had TVs and stuff, which is right. But There was still days where I didn't want to go. I had to force myself. Suck it up. Got to go. It's, it's good for you. It's still, it still drains you too. I mean, you got your morning days or you got your afternoon days, but I think just having to do that 3 days a week, but much, like I said, much better.
So after regular attendance on the 3 days a week haemodialysis, it sounds like you were reconsidered for the transplant list.
Yep. So I think after a year, they decided to put me back on again, which was good news. I think after I heard that, I was like, yeah, I've got to keep going now. I had counselling and stuff too at the same time, which was good, very helpful. Yeah, that was the biggest thing, getting back on the list, looking after yourself, eating healthy. I mean, I gave up. I don't eat salt anymore. Don't drink cool drinks or soft drinks. I have my coffee. That's one thing I got to have in the morning, and just mostly water now. But a lot of discipline. If you want, if you want to get better. I look back now, after going through all that workup is worth it.
To have your life back.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So tell me what that was like when you've gone through all of the workup for transplant. I know it's very vigorous. There's echoes of the heart, there's blood tests, there's, scans. And then you get the call up to go to Adelaide to get the transplant when they've found a donor that matches. What was that experience like?
I don't know how to explain it. I thought I was dreaming. Because all that time waiting and then you just get that phone call. Because I was hearing people that were getting their phone calls and then they came back and you'd watch them and bump into them in the street or anywhere. And because my niece was one too. She got up before me and I just see her and I go, how are you feeling? She's like, good. And then, when I finally got that phone, I was like, did you for real? Asking the doctor, he's like, yeah. So you got to get ready now. It was like, oh. So I just started calling everyone, all my family, and they were like, a few teary phone calls. But I reckon that was one of my best days of my life. It was in the morning. I think I was getting ready for work. But it was funny because that day I got up ready for work, had my coffee, and I was killing time. I think I was on my tablet watching YouTube or something. And then the phone rang, and it was the doctor. And he goes, Geoffrey, how you feeling? I said, no, I'm okay. That's good. And he was like, so we have a kidney for you. And I was like, oh, you for real? You for real? Yeah. Yes, we got one for you. So, all that was... it was just awesome. Yeah, like I said, after all that work, what it does, mentally and all that, physically, After I called everyone, packed my bags, I had to go to dialysis first. They had to dialyse me, flew me to Adelaide.
Did anyone get to go with you?
My big cousin, she came with me. I was nervous because besides having the peritoneal thing put in, that was the biggest surgery I think I had. After that, surgery was good and on the road to healing.
How long ago was that you got the transplant?
So I'm now out of my 6 months critical stage.
There you go.
6 months now. So now I think everything's stable, hopefully, because they're still working out the levels and the medication, all that stuff. So I saw the doctor yesterday and he was happy for me to... Because I was doing weekly bloods, so every Monday go in hospital, get your bloods done, catch up with the doctor every fortnight, make sure everything's okay. And yesterday he said, you know what now, you're out of your 6 months and all the bloods keep coming back good, so we're just going to get you to do monthly now. I was like, yes, so monthly bloods and monthly checkups, which is the right time. And
gives you even more of your life back.
More of my life back.
Yeah. Immunosuppressants when you've got a transplant. They do need pretty intensive monitoring. What's it been like being on those medications? Because you probably have to take quite a few medications every single day to keep your immune system suppressed, to keep your electrolytes balanced, and also some antibiotics to prevent you getting infections while you're immunosuppressed. How have you been managing all of those? Good
so far. I haven't had any issues with any of the medications. After getting the kidney and then that first month or 6 months, just everything going up and down. That 6 months is kind of gave a bit of anxiety, or, when you go get your blood test to see what the results are, and every time going in, the doctor goes, oh, this is getting high and just getting low. And can I get some good news? Can't everything be good? I wanna, but no. I reckon like the last month now, everything's been really good.
What a relief. Yeah, it would be such a big impact to your life every time there is something that is slightly off. And it sounds like a challenge that you continue to go through whilst you do have this transplant. So yeah, it takes a lot of courage from what I'm understanding.
Everyone out there on dialysis that are on the list, stay strong, look after yourself, do all the right things. Just know that at the end of all that, there is good, there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is the best I've felt in years, having my kidney, and I'm so grateful to the donor. It all works out,
Thank you so much, Geoffrey, for coming onto Desert Docs, and thanks
No worries.
everyone for listening in.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you.
Desert Docs, a junior doctor's guide to Central Australia, is an anti-health media podcast produced with the help of ACCC Studio.